The Alligator Con was my favorite Super 7 Ultimate figure. Well, now it's Bludgeon. Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another cool toy review. Today, we are reviewing the Super 7 Ultimates Bludgeon. I finally got a hold of one, and while I wasn't one of you lucky ducks who might have found him at Ross recently, he is still available on Super 7's website, or places like BigBadToyStore.com. Anyway, here he is in the packaging, and like the other Transformers Super 7s, he's got that awesome grid outer sleeve with the metallic outline of the character. So we've got him in this metallic orange color, which is wonderful because that's the primary color of his Pretender shell. On the back, you've got this big metallic orange Decepticon symbol, which honestly also looks really, really sweet. Now, that's pretty much it for the outer sleeve. And here he is in his box. So, nice big open bubble. There is Bludgeon. He's got his two katanas, his long one and his short one. We get a swappable head with a swappable helmet. And I love the expression on that swappable head. It looks really sweet. You can see the top of his inner robot mode tank as a weapon that he can use. And he also comes with his rifle, like his classic Pretender toy, some swappable hands. And on the back, you get his tech specs. And that is pretty much it for the packaging. Here he is out of the packaging, and he looks absolutely fantastic, like he came right out of the Marvel comic book pages from back in the day. And that's exactly what I wanted out of a Bludgeon figure for so long. And thank you, Super 7, for understanding the assignment and getting it right. No shade on the Legacy Bludgeon that Hasbro recently put out. I do like that figure a lot, but as far as like a modern G1 take on Bludgeon, this right here is exactly what I wanted. For the most part. I mean, does he still open up and is there a tiny tank Bludgeon inside? No, because Super 7 doesn't really do that, even with their Ultimates. But I could see them doing something like that, maybe in the form of like a Super Cyborg, although typically they do their Super Cyborgs from the front. It would be interesting to see them maybe do one from the back. Or just have a Pretender character open up and then just in the back half is the inner robot mode molded to it or something like that. Regardless, this is a great execution of Bludgeon as he appeared in the comics, and I really hope Super 7 continues to make awesome characters like this that Hasbro themselves didn't execute in this manner simply because for a transforming line, they have to make it transform somehow, which immediately would eliminate for them to make one comic book accurate. Which is fine if that's the version you like, but for me, my favorite take on Bludgeon will always be the Marvel comic book version until somehow another version comes along and is better, which hasn't happened yet. And this is also a great time to not only compliment Super 7 on their character choice so far for the Super 7 Ultimates line, but to encourage them to continue with this line with characters like Action Masters and maybe even non-Cybertronian or non-Transformer characters such as Skuxoid and Slizardo, who have recently made reappearances for the first time ever in almost 40 years in the Skybound issues in the new Energon universe, specifically Void Rivals. One of the tired old quotes and comments that I see in regards to figure lines such as Super 7 Ultimates or even Transformers Redline is, I don't get the point of non-transforming Transformers. Transformers is in the name. And I always find comments like that so funny because other characters exist in the Transformers multiverse that don't transform, and as a collector, I would very much like to see those characters side by side with my transforming Transformers characters as well. And like Super 7, shout out to Flame Toys, Code 3, YOLO Park, and Blockies, just to name a few, who are absolutely killing it right now with awesome articulated Transformer characters and figures that don't necessarily transform. Now that we're back to the figure, I went ahead and did mine with the other head. Now, I do like the head he comes packed with. Very toy accurate, very cool looking. I love the sunken hollow eyes on that skull almost grin on him. And he does come with a swappable helmet for this head, but I just prefer the flat facing bits on the classic helmet that he already came packaged with. He also comes with a blaster rifle, which you can just use his tank barrel in place of. I'll show that in a minute. Here is the stump for when his head gets ripped off by G2 Megatron. And he also comes with a pair of grasping hands, even though he already comes with a pair of grasping hands inside, but they're slightly different. And then he comes with a right fist and a hand that could be command signal gestures or for martial art, precise strikes or something like that, which I find also kind of cool. I love that he comes with both his long and short katana and scabbards or sheaths for both. They plug right onto these little pouches that are on his belt. On his back, you can put his tank barrel like you could with the original toy, and you can also remove the barrel itself, and he can hold that as a blaster, like I mentioned earlier. Bludgeon is also fully articulated, and I just went ahead and removed the helmet and the tank barrel and the sheaths because they're going to fall off while I try to articulate this guy all the way anyway. So, head is on a ball joint. The ball joint extends into the neck as well. The neck at the base of the torso is on a ball joint. Ab crunch, very brief, but it is there. Waist swivel, yes, you can articulate these because, as I mentioned, they are removable. Hips, upper thigh, single jointed knees, ankle joints, ankle rockers, all that good stuff. And then fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, in and out on those shoulders, single jointed elbow joints, wrist joints as well. The hands are easy to swap. Just grab whichever hand you want to swap out and then just pop in the new one. And that's it for Bludgeon's articulation. And for comparison, here is Bludgeon next to his true leader, Lord Megatron, also from the Super 7 Ultimates line, so you can see them side by side. And this is another reason why I appreciate the Ultimates line so very much, because we get these really awesome screen accurate figures, and now we get to see these two characters side by side in scale with each other, and it's awesome to have a Bludgeon that looks good next to my Megatron. And here he is next to the Super 7 Ultimates Alligator Con from the Generation 1 cartoon. Another just absolute favorite of mine from this line in particular, because we've never gotten an Alligator Con before, at least not officially, and it doesn't transform because it's not supposed to. It looks like it did in the animation, and the accessories it came with were also very cool. So yes, Super 7, please keep this stuff up. It's really great. You know, after further deliberation, he's not my favorite Ultimates anymore. He's also my favorite Bludgeon figure. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's review featuring the Super 7 Ultimates Bludgeon from Transformers. Which take on Bludgeon has been your favorite? Is it the G1 Marvel comic book take on Bludgeon? Or do you like how he appeared in IDW? Or are you one of those fans who think his Cyberverse appearance is his best appearance? Let me know in the comments down below. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews. Stay tuned for more Super 7 reviews and content. Like and subscribe and follow CoolToyReview.com anywhere you can find us on social media. And you can follow me at Triptychonus for more Transformers fan content, Roger content, and Star Wars fan content. And we'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out. Or is it pretend out?